Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. Occasionally something will come across my desk, and I don't really know how people would react to it or if it would be a popular topic to talk about. But occasionally, a topic that I feel is in the public's interest enough that I will just run with it to do a public service. And tonight is one of those shows because recently, since the war began in Ukraine, it appears that there is grifters galore who are telling people all kinds of fake stories, including UFOs over Ukraine and all these different areas. UFOs and aliens may be helping Ukraine fight the Russians. There are alien channelers telling you all about the Ukraine-Russia conflict now, channeling aliens who know the truth, the real truth behind the war in Ukraine and the conflict and what's really causing it. There are 17th letter of the alphabet grifters who are running around telling people suddenly that Putin is the good guy and he is, raiding child trafficking rings. That's why he invaded Ukraine, because there's child trafficking rings there. And he's going there to save the mole children and stop the evil elite cabal people from harvesting adrenochrome and eating those children. It is absolutely stupid, childish, and ridiculous for anybody to suggest that Vladimir Putin is the good guy here. Today, I watched in horror, seeing that they missiled or bombed a children's hospital with pregnant women inside it. That's your good guy? These 17th letter of the alphabet idiots make me sick, pushing this kind of nonsense garbage. And who do we get doing that? Well, the usual cast of characters. And more of this is happening on what I call the ghetto of the internet. Rumble, BitChute, those places where there is no checks and balances against disinformation and fake information. And as much as I support free speech, some idiot going on a public video on the internet claiming that Putin is rescuing children and he's the good guy and he's working with Donald Trump, it just kind of triggers me. Do you know that there are right now 1.5 million refugees from Ukraine in Poland? I happen to be Polish. And I can tell you that I'm hearing horror stories relayed by some of those refugees who have been crossing the border to safety. And, I'm very thankful that, and I'm proud to be Polish and see what these Polish people are doing for those refugees. They don't have a lot to give, but they're giving a lot. Polish people all over Poland are opening up their homes, hosting some of these women and their children, feeding them, clothing them, consoling them, helping them to get help. I heard or saw a funny meme recently, and it said, I'm getting tired of living through these major historical events. We're just coming out of a global pandemic and suddenly war breaks out. I'm getting tired of living through these major historical events. But that meme didn't make me laugh. It made me kind of sad because I'm getting tired of living through these major historical events. And just when there was some light at the end of the tunnel of all of this health stress that we've all been under for 2 years, these supply chain issues, maybe you can't get the food you want, or in my case, for a while, I couldn't get some of the building materials that I needed, and other stresses and problems, like my business was destroyed by that health pandemic, completely and totally decimated, destroyed. For 2 years now, we've all been under all of this major stress. And suddenly, when it looks like there's finally a light at the end of the tunnel, all this new shit breaks out. And now, instead of being inundated with fear porn 24/7 by the mainstream media about the health crisis, now we are being assaulted with all of this fear, all of this anxiety, and reasons to worry about this war in Ukraine. But it's interesting to me that out of this incredible tragedy, and that's what this is, war is never not a tragedy. Doesn't matter who wins, doesn't matter who loses. People suffer through a war. People die. Innocent people, civilians, are dying all over Ukraine because Mad Vlad suddenly decided that he was going to send his army in to shoot at civilians, to kill people indiscriminately, to target civilian targets, hospitals, kindergartens, apartment complexes. No, there's no winners in war. But it doesn't stop those people, those profiteering grifters, from rushing in and using that war as an excuse to make money, get clicks and views. People are hungry for news about Ukraine, I suppose. But conspiracy land has gone crazy with absolutely ridiculous conspiracy theories, making Mad Vlad, Vladimir Putin, the good guy of this story. I don't think so. And the letter of the alphabet grifters are in full force right now, putting out all kinds of stories about what's really the truth about this war in Ukraine. And friends, I don't really even know what the truth is about this war in Ukraine, but I'm pretty sure that these idiots in the ghetto of the internet, profiting from suffering, profiting from death, the death of children, these assholes are out there trying to profit from. I don't know what the truth is about what's really behind the war. I have some good ideas, but I'm sure that it's not that Vladimir Putin is the good guy and he's rescuing those mole children from the child trafficking pedophile elites. No, friends, this is garbage. And along with the 17th letter of the alphabet garbage comes new garbage, like UFOs over Ukraine. We're going to cite fair use. This is a transformative work. One second. I'll put my banner up just to be sure here. Because making the rounds as clickbait all over the internet are some videos which purport to be UFOs over the Ukrainian, the country of Ukraine. There are people posting clickbait videos all over the internet claiming that there are UFOs over Ukraine during this war, this conflict. Many of these people are getting huge numbers of views, but there's a problem. They're not real videos. There's other problems. They're misidentified craft, even if they are real videos. There's a problem. Oh, that's not from now. That video was from years ago, and it was created by a CGI artist. And here's the proof of that. But largely, the truth is clouded, muddied by grifters, by profiteering assholes who think it's a good idea to make some money off the suffering of those people in Ukraine. Sometimes I have hope for humanity, but when I see this and things like this, it makes me truly sad. This is the state of people. And I don't know. My mind tries to justify some of it. Maybe this guy's business got destroyed like mine, and he's just looking to make a couple of bucks and feed his family with this clickbait garbage. I don't know. Most of me, though, thinks that it's profiteering, disgusting, deplorable people who would do this. But we're going to do a quick overview of just some of the stuff that's out there recently. One majorly that I found has been making the rounds all over the internet, and it is purported to be a video of a UFO over Ukraine, just filmed recently. Sometimes it'll have a date, like yesterday, 3 days ago, whatever. But this specific video is being retitled, sometimes cropped, sometimes changed. I even saw one where someone mirrored the video. In other words, they turned it around. I don't know if this video is owned by somebody or that was an attempt to fool the YouTube or other algorithms into not realizing it's a copied video from someone else. There's a lot of manipulation of media going on, and people are selling this fake garbage as UFOs over Ukraine. Like I said, I wasn't sure if this is a good story or people would be interested in it, but sometimes, just sometimes, I feel strongly enough that I say, I don't really care about the clicks or the views tonight. I'm just going to show what I found and do this almost as a public service, because many people are being apparently fooled by this. People are tweeting this stuff, retweeting this stuff, putting it on their Facebook. Look, there's UFOs in Ukraine. There may be, but not from the evidence that I've seen, these fake ass CGI videos. So there's one majorly, there's really 3 or 4, but there's one that is really making the rounds. And we've got our fair use banner up. I don't know about if this is a copyrighted video or owned, but I have a feeling it may be, given the manipulation that a lot of people are going through to try to repost it and make some money from it. So this is, I'm going to play this video in the spirit of fair use, because this is a transformative work and we are educating the public, and we're going to be critiquing the video here that we are sharing. And this is certainly covered under fair use and allowable by law. So here is one of the major of the Ukraine UFO videos that is all over and making the rounds. Let's get into it, friends.
Ебучий случай, блядь, НЛО какой-то нахуй. Блядь. Где?
So there we have it. UFOs over Ukraine. But first of all, is it a UFO? No, it is not. It is a CGI creation, not a real UFO. Second of all, is it over Ukraine? No, it's not. Third, was this video filmed during the Ukraine-Russian conflict of recent days and weeks? No, and we have verification for that. I forgot to do it, but I will post the original source of the video in the description of our video here. It is from 2013. That's how far back this fake video goes. And I can say it's a fake video because it was created by a CGI artist. That's verifiable. Not a UFO, not from over Ukraine, and not from the time that people are misrepresenting it to be. Interestingly, however, there are some videos which I can tell you were taken over Ukraine during this conflict that people are claiming are UFO videos. However, there's problems with those as well. So we've still got our fair use banner up. I'm going to show you the secondary one that everybody is sharing, which to me is such a nothing burger. I cannot believe that so many people are sharing this as a real UFO. Let's just share the video and we'll get into it, friends. So this is fair use. It's a transformative work. We're going to critique the video that we are sharing, just as we did with the previous one. Let's see the UFOs over Ukraine, because at least this one we can verify was actually filmed over Ukraine during the actual war conflict of recent days. All right, friends, let's get into it. All right, so here we have this UFOs over Donetsk airport. 1 second. Let me do that again and make sure that I shared the audio. I'm not even sure there is audio on that, but yeah, we did. Okay. All right, friends, let's get into it. Is this a UFO over Donetsk airport in Ukraine? And this, of course, is from RT originally. At least it's watermarked by them. So what we're watching is reported to be UFOs over Donetsk airport in Ukraine. Now, I have a very smart audience, so I'm pretty sure that somebody in the live chat has already spilled the beans on this one, which it was actually recorded in Ukraine during the conflict here. However, I think any astute UFO interested party who just watched this will be able to tell you what it actually is. But I knew what I thought it was, and that's right, my friends. This is flares. Flares are often dropped from an airplane to fool or evade heat-seeking missiles. So I wanted to be sure. I reached out to a person that I know who flew fighter aircraft in the United States Air Force. I sent him the video, and he sent me back, yes, Stephen, my best guess would be those are definitely flares dropped from an aircraft. So Ukraine, UFOs over Donetsk airport. These are not UFOs. 99% likelihood that these are simply flares dropped from an aircraft. And given that Russia was sending fighters and bombers to bomb airports and other strategic targets in Ukraine, it stands to reason that somebody dropped a few aircraft flares above the airport. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Did we nail this one? Is this just flares dropped from an aircraft, or is this real UFOs? I know what I think. I think it's very obvious that this is not a UFO. It's a flare dropped from an aircraft. Even checked in with someone I would consider an expert in aviation, who flew fighter pilots in the Air Force, who agrees with me. This is flares, not UFOs. So yeah, these are making the rounds. And again, people are cropping. I'm not sure how stealing other people's rated videos so you can make money works. It's not really fair use if you just repost the video, but people are cropping out the RT or putting a different watermark on this and sharing it as UFOs over Donetsk airport. Or sometimes they just say UFOs over Ukraine. So these two are the major of the two UFO videos that I found. There's a few more. You can look. Maybe we'll cover future. 1 second, friends. I'm trying to figure out what just happened, but I got audio playing in my ear. There it is. Sorry, the YouTube video stopped and it went to some other video. I'm like, what is this in my ear? All right, so we may cover the others in the future. But another thing that I found incredibly disturbing. So we've got the I almost said it. We've got the letter of the alphabet conspiracy idiots running all over Telegram and, the ghetto of the internet, BitChute and Rumble and all these places, saying Vladimir Putin's the good guy. He's cleaning up the child trafficking pedophile rings and the global elite. He's against the global elite. He's the good guy, and he's working with Donald Trump, who's still in control of some of the U.S. military force. This is such nonsense garbage. Then we've got the idiot grifters that are clickbaiting UFO videos over Ukraine. We saw the same thing happen with the health crisis. People rushed in and tried to create all these clickbait controversial videos of the so-called truth about the health pandemic and the truth behind this and that. It's almost like I've been to this rodeo before. And it's funny that I'm starting to realize that some of these things truly go in cycles, right? Whatever people are talking about, these grifters grift onto. So here's what we're going to do next, though. Besides the letter of the alphabet idiots and the let's repost videos that are CGI from 2013 and pretend that they're from Ukraine, filmed last week, so we could get a whole bunch of, hopefully this will go viral. We've got those guys. Oh, I want to thank you very much. Fulcanelli with a kind and generous $5 super chat says it's a TR3B because Wilcox said so. Knock it off, Steve. Well, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support, Fulcanelli. And you've given me a good time to remind people that this is a viewer-supported show. And if you're feeling generous, there's a money button down there. You can also join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month for some extra content, extra goodies, all of my music, and more. You can send a Patreon donation, and the instructions to do that are in the description of the video. Cash App, Truthseekers Show at Gmail, Cash App, just Truthseekers Show. Or the money button down there like Fulcanelli just did, and throw a few bucks in our hat and keep us doing this good work. Thank you, Fulcanelli, for your kindness, your generosity, and your support, and for helping us to praise the cash, friends.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash.
Thank you very much, Fulcanelli, for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. It is much, much appreciated. So the third component of this is now all these alien channelers, people who you are talking to Commander Zen from the Galactic Council. Those idiots. I'm sorry. I think mostly channeling is nonsense. People pretending. I've never seen a channeler that I was truly either impressed with or thinking they may actually be channeling an alien. It just looks like, playtime to me when you were 5 years old, I don't know. But these grifters are going in and they're channeling aliens who are going to tell us all about the Russian and Ukraine conflict and what the real truth behind it is. And I found out that one of my favorite ridiculous channelers, look, it's a guilty pleasure, all right? You'll see why in a moment when we play this dude, because this guy is one of the most ridiculous guys that does alien channeling that I ever seen. And of course, his name is Daniel Scranton. So Daniel Scranton's on the grift. He's going to channel aliens for us and talk about the struggle between Russia and Ukraine. He's channeling the 9D Arcturian Council. That's who he's channeling, the 9D Arcturian Council. So I guess he's not just channeling an alien, he's channeling a whole council of aliens. So he's got to know the truth about the Russian-Ukraine conflict. Let's get into it, friends. Again, I'm citing fair use. This is a transformative work. We'll be stopping and discussing the video that I'm sharing. I'm educating the public about people out there who are profiting from the suffering and misery of the Ukrainian war right now, telling fairy tales about aliens related to the Russia-Ukraine story. We're doing this to educate the public, and certainly that is covered under fair use. And this is a transformative work. All right, here we go. Let's listen to this guy. This is going to be great. All right, here we go, guys. Get some popcorn, because this shit's going to get good. What the hell is he doing, bro? Oh no, he's channeling aliens, bro. Wow, he can really hold a note. I'll give him that. Listen to this shit. You gotta do the e. That's what makes the aliens come in. E. Gotta wave some hands. Okay, gotta handle. You gotta do the e again. That's how the aliens come in, okay? That's what you gotta do. In order to get the aliens to come in, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. That's what makes the aliens come into your body, apparently. There they come. That's what makes the aliens come in. Look at, somebody said it's all about frequency. Get with the program, man. Mr. DB Cooper says he's voguing. Tim Bub says the remix. Mike Williams says, Steve, you're going off the deep end, bro. Wild Ascension asks, is he a human singing bowl? Electric Siren, that guy is silly as shit. Who cares about this silly shit? I care, because he's profiting from the Russia-Ukraine war doing this nonsense. It's all about the frequency. Oh, I saw Kate Schneider is here. Welcome, Kate Schneider. Say hi to DJ for me. I've been catching up on the shows. Techno scam. Yeah, maybe, Manny. Well, he takes a long time to get them aliens in him, don't he?
Interested in
Here come the aliens.
watching you evolve and ascend, because your growth is so easy to measure from our perspective. And when we can see and feel your progress, that brings us joy.
And why is it that all these New Age guru alien channelers all say the same stuff? It's an alien, but it's so interested in our spiritual development somehow. Why would they care about our spiritual development? Do we care about spiritual development of chimpanzees or gorillas or orangutans? Because if aliens are truly as advanced as everybody believes or says they are, why would they care about the spiritual development of a lesser being than them? I don't get it.
We look at the positive when we look at humanity. We make a point of tuning in to your successes, to the ways
Does
in
seem
which
legit.
you
Yeah.
are doing better.
We'll agree to disagree, Helen, but
We don't
I'm glad you're
ignore
here,
the
and
rest.
I'm glad you believe it, I guess.
But instead, we see those other aspects of humanity as
Probably.
in the process of catching up.
Yeah, he's got orchids.
You are demonstrating that you are evolving and ascending there on Earth.
All right, so according to him, the aliens are very concerned with our spiritual development, but they're watching our development and they're real happy that we're really, developing spiritually. When are we going to get to the Russia-Ukraine stuff? Oh, that's right. This is clickbait nonsense.
We know that looking at the conflict between Russia and the Ukraine right now, with worry and fear,
he's holding up the bullshit. That's what he's doing with his hand. You got to hold up the bullshit while you're doing this.
But we also know that there are so many humans.
Yeah. Look at his followers. Look how many people follow this dummy.
Who look upon that struggle with compassion, love, and to offer healing to all beings involved.
By turning his nipple, he gets to the right frequency. Is that what he's doing?
Know that
tuning into the aliens. You gotta tune in on your nipples.
Of war, bombings, shootings, poverty, natural disasters,
and alien channel. We're talking about Ukraine.
Injustices, you become more compassionate and you look for ways that you can help.
All right, so watching a war is going to make us all more compassionate people. I can't say that I disagree with what he's saying here. I just don't get profiting from the suffering and war in Ukraine.
This is a sign of your spiritual evolution.
Again, they're really concerned with our spiritual evolution, but we're doing great and they're proud of us.
And this is what is needed on Earth right now, and it is what has always been needed. Therefore, we invite all of you who are awake and who know that you are there to help, to send your love, your healing, your compassion, and to hold space for the people who are affected by the struggles.
Well, you got to think about that one for a minute. These aliens they don't think real fast on their feet sometimes. So, okay, we're all going to become better through this tragedy and love and light and love those people. He's even got a love thing behind him, some orchids. Let's see, we've got a picture of somebody meditating. I don't know what that other stuff is on the shelf. Some books. Looks like toilet paper. I don't know. Maybe he's hoarding toilet paper through the... Yeah, anyway.
That the people face in the Ukraine, as well as sending as much love as you can to...
Yes, send love and light and healing frequencies to those people, which is just a new age way of saying pray for them, But you gotta change it.
The people of Russia who are caught up in the midst of something that they themselves have no.
Crystal hippie bitches love this stuff. Crystal hippie bitches, they love it. They love this stuff.
When you have a situation where people simply have to fight one another
Harry Potter level.
and have no idea why they are doing it, it is important to feel for those people
Exactly.
and to know that
I think he does private channeling sessions. We'll check.
it is not the fault of the soldiers. You have compassion.
Yes, it is.
For the
His name is Daniel
civilians
Scranton. Daniel Scranton.
and those you would consider to be the victims in any situation. But it is also important to know that in a situation of war, there are so many victims.
Uh-oh. I don't know. I think he made
Even
it
the
up.
ones who are dropping the bombs or firing the weapons.
Oh, I want to thank Andrew Masonette for a kind and generous $5 super chat. He says, I just channeled the Octorian Council and they said they don't they don't this guy eep 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 orc 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 op op. Well, listen, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support, and giving me a good way to remind people it's a viewer-supported show. So tonight I'll be reading the super chats as they come in. Please, if you have any couple of bucks, if you're feeling generous, there's a money button down there. And thank you for supporting the show and for helping us to praise the cash, friend.
You're watching Truthseekers. Praise the cash, praise the cash.
I'm going to have to give him a raise. Thank you, Andrew Masonette, for your kindness, your generosity, and your continued support of the show. Much, much appreciated. So let's continue with this for a little. I don't know. I don't think we're going to watch the whole thing, but I think he does a whole getting the aliens out of him thing like he did in the beginning at the end, and I almost don't want to miss that. So
Have
see.
to follow their orders or else face
Yes,
dire consequences.
he's got to tune into the aliens.
Their guilt and shame to carry with them for the rest of their lives.
They make money. They make a lot of money doing this dumb
So you
shit.
might as well send your love, your healing, and your compassion to everyone who is involved in the struggle between Russia and the Ukraine.
Bobby, you're right. I bet you. He looks
And
like a
know
bluegrass
that
guy. Yes, he's
it is
pinching his
your
nipples.
path to do this.
Listen.
It is
All right.
your purpose.
In my study of his channeling techniques and abilities, I have noticed that he has to twist his nipple. And I have decided, all right, here it is. Let's do it like this. All right. Apparently, in my study of Daniel Scranton and his channeling procedures, methods, abilities, and performance, I have found out that he often pinches his nipple. Sometimes he pinches his right nipple. Sometimes he pinches his left nipple. Sometimes he pinches them both. But I have decided that he's not pinching his nipple. He's tuning his nipple. That's right. The nipples are the key to tuning in to the right frequency of the alien. You got to twist that nipple and tune in. He's tuning into the aliens through his nipples. His nipples are the key. Okay? I don't know why, but he twists his nipples a lot. All right? Maybe he's got a nipple fetish. Maybe he likes nipple play. I don't know. I'm not going to judge the guy. He says he's tuning into the aliens. For all I know, His nipples are the key to tuning into the right frequency to communicate with extraterrestrials. Okay, don't make fun of his nipple twisting fetish.
Purpose to be one who sends that positive energy out, and it is not your place to decide who is right and who is wrong.
All right, so we're not supposed to be judging either side of the conflict. And I have a problem with that because it's human nature to take sides. Who's right here? Who's wrong? Is the invading country who is shooting civilians and shooting missiles at kindergartens and women's hospitals and children's hospitals? Are those the good guys, or maybe not? We're not allowed to judge. We're not allowed to take sides. We're not allowed to draw conclusions about who's at fault.
It is not the time to get caught up in conspiracy theories about what's really going on.
While he's generating his own conspiracy theory that the aliens know all about the Russian-Ukraine conflict. Great.
All of those mental gymnastics do not cause you to evolve one bit. But when
yeah, you're right. You're right. Well,
many of them go within their hearts,
nipple pinching, ouch.
Love to where it is needed the most at any time.
You gotta say, I am the vessel.
We see enormous evolution.
Me too, Bobby. 12 years.
And that is what we look for at a time like this on Earth. That is what
I'm going to start channeling aliens. Yeah.
And that is why we feel so encouraged by what we see when we tune in to the consciousness of humankind. Well, the Victorian Council. And we have enjoyed.
Oh, jeez. He's gotta banish the aliens now. What the hell? I gotta turn this down. Sorry, friends. I had this part turned down earlier because it's loud.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, he's out of it. He's out of the trance, friends.
Channeling about that today.
He's back.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're having a great week. Today is a Friday for me. I have tomorrow off, so I'm excited to when Talaya asks me, "Are you going to the beach with us today?" to be able to say, "Yes, today I am."
Big surprise.
And,
let me guess. He lives in California, right off the, yeah, he's a West Coast dude for sure. I would have guessed Colorado or California.
To see our friend and her dog and walk with them. Well, I work a full day today, so I can't complain though. I have a pretty good job. I'm running a 50% off sale right now. Speaking of my job, with the coupon code LOVE that you.
Oh, here comes the pitch. Get a private alien channeling. Oh, here's the pitch. And the coupon code is LOVE. Love and light and shit. Love and light and cash, brother. Love and light. Send me some money and you'll get a special alien message from me. What a bunch of horse shit this is.
You enter at checkout, LOVE. You hit apply. After you hit it, after you type it in, and then 50% off gets taken off almost everything in the cart that you'll have. If you put things in there that are upcoming group events, then you won't see that 50% off applied. So I've got a couple of those coming up to announce. The beginners group channeling classes on March 10th. and that's a standalone 2-hour class at /learn.
Not only can he channel aliens and bring you a special message for a few $100s, you can take his course and you too can learn to channel aliens just like this, just like him. Maybe he'll teach you the nipple twisting secrets. Do you want to learn the secrets to twisting your nipples and tuning into aliens and channeling alien messages? Then just buy my course for $333. I don't know if it's $333. Probably is. We'll see if we can't check on that real fast. But here's the pitch.
And the mega course in channeling, which is much longer, 9 classes, 2 hours each class, starts March 12th. DanielScranton.com/mega for that one.
The grift goes on.
I don't know what else I have to say right now, other than Talia had noodle soup for breakfast, which was very slow going. The noodles kept slipping off her little rubber spoon. So like eventually I was like, just dig in there with your hands. But
apparently this guy's got
yeah,
kids.
it's really great to spend time with her in the mornings.
Oh God.
Which doing the videos in the
All
morning.
right, so we're going to bounce out of the video. So here we have Alien Channeler. Oh, there we go. Al Warrior, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Al Warrior says, this guy reminds me of David Van Dryzen, hippie teacher at Highland High School from Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, you're right. He does kind of strike me like that, right? But thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and continued support of the show. Al Warrior has been here a long time supporter of the show. Always throwing a couple of bucks in my hat and helping me, friends, to praise the cat. Thank you very much, Al Warrior, for your kindness, your generosity, and continued support of the show. So I've got his website here. We're going to share this. He's actually, compared to many other UFO or spiritual grifters that I have seen in the conspiracy land, consciousness, whatever community, whatever this nutty subculture bunch of rejects, and by the way, I'm one of those rejects and weirdos, whatever this community is called, he is actually on the cheaper end of many things that I have seen. All right, so here's some of his featured items, his products. Yeshua's 40-minute daily vibrational upgrade, emotional clearing, and energy reset. Boy, they love that word salad. What does this do for me for $44? Well, you're gonna get vibrational upgrade and emotional clearing and energy reset. Next, he has light language for bringing you passive income from unexpected sources. So you need to make some money. Just give him 15 bucks. He's going to give you a personal message from your spirit guides for $44. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm not going to do it right now on air, but I'm buying some of this shit and we're going to go over it. Look, learn to channel. The master learning to channel course is $222. Channeled group live Q&A, weekly online phone-in event. Okay, so to take part in a stream he runs, it's between $24 and $111. There's some options there. I don't know. It's somewhere between $24 and $111. That. And then you could get a private lesson on learning to channel with Daniel Scranton for between $188 and $622. Private channeled reading, I suppose, from an alien. Book a private session where Daniel channels for you. Between $111 and $355. Healing meditation of Yeshua is $55. Oh, sorry, I should have had that bigger, so I apologize. But yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't see any value in what this person does or what. But hey, if you're one of his followers or you bought something from him, message me. Email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com and let me know about your experience. Did you get your money's worth, or was it a load of new age word salad? That is, and he has zero evidence or proof that he's actually channeling aliens. I just want to put that out there. So some people are like, why do you care if some guy's channeling aliens? Well, I always use this analogy. I'm going to use it again. The analogy I always use is this. This man is claiming I'm channeling aliens, and you can pay me hundreds of dollars in some cases for access to that information and for me to channel aliens for you, but he cannot indeed prove that he's actually channeling aliens. And this, to me, is exactly like me knocking on your door and saying, I would like to cut your grass for $50, and you agreeing, and then I just pretend to cut your grass. But you can look out and see that I didn't cut your grass. And in fact, I can offer no proof that I ever cut your grass, but I'm going to keep your $50. That would be consumer fraud. That would be a crime. You know, I have no problem with things like tarot cards and other things. I have a problem with mediumship, and I have a problem with alien channelers because they seem to take hundreds of dollars from people and they don't prove that they're actually channeling anything other than their own vivid imaginations. That's where I'm at with this. That's where I find myself. And just to be clear, to get back to the subject of Ukraine and grifting on top of Ukraine, it's not just alien channelers that are trying to profit from Ukraine and using clickbait titles with Ukraine, Russia in the titles. It is UFO grifters. It is letter of the alphabet conspiracy theorist grifters. It is far right conspiracy theorists and more. And now we've got the alien channelers chiming in as well. They're going to tell you all about the Russia-Ukraine conflict and buy my stuff. While you're scared, maybe feeling vulnerable, maybe a lot of people are worried about World War III, but don't worry, the aliens, he's got the messages from the aliens, and the aliens are here to save us. They're so concerned with our spiritual development. So that's where I'm at, and that's where I find myself. Oh, look, Lee Guy with a kind and generous $1.99 says, I wish someone would try to channel James Randi. You know, I knew him a little bit, and he would find that hilarious, actually. Maybe I ought to pay one of these guys to channel him and see what he has to say. He would find that funny. He really would. He would really find that funny, Lee Guy. But thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Mr. Bacon, Lee Guy, longtime show supporter, who's always throwing a couple of bucks in the hat to help us praise the cash, friend.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash.
Okay, so thank you very much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. I do have some better news, and I was going to do a musical guest tonight, and I have a few to choose from. But then I realized that I finished a music video of my own that the world has not seen. So we're going to do the world premiere right here. We've got 90 people watching. Maybe a little more than that. Great. So I'm always happy when there's an audience, friends. Thanks for coming tonight and being a part of mine. I don't have much more for you, but here's what we'll do. We're going to take a short break with my musical guest tonight, which happens to be me. And when I come back, we'll read any remaining super chats, PayPal donations, or any of that stuff. And if you have comments or questions for me, please put them in all caps. We'll do a little bit of a discussion with all the members of the live chat when I return from this short break. Now, I would like to mention that I had grand designs and plans for this music video. But as it turns out, I had to go with plan B. So this is actually not the original video that I imagined. But that concept will survive and be used for another song. It just was too complicated to work out what I wanted to do, which was robots and green screens and all kinds of crazy things. But this plan B, it's just funny. Sometimes the universe sends you a gift. And in this case, the universe sent me a gift because you'll see what I mean. This is my brand new song that I don't believe has been made public, but has been available on my Patreon. By the way, if you do like my music, sign up for Patreon for as little as $1 a month. This song and 15 or 20 more have been on Patreon for 6 months or 8 months, maybe even. I always put my songs on Patreon first before they become public. Tonight is the first time this song will become public, and it's called Soul Sucker. We'll be right back, friends. And we are back, friends. So any questions or comments for me, please put them in all caps in the live chat. But we're going to be wrapping things up here, calling this a quick one. For those interested, I was on Alien Addict's show earlier towards the end, and we were talking about this Anjali situation. We've got Anjali's Wayne, this Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a brand new interview. And we're going to hear his side of her story. And you might be shocked when you hear what he has to say, or you might be getting exactly what you think you're going to be getting. And Anjali has decided that she's going to do a stream on another show at the exact time or near the time that I'm doing my show with this Wayne. And I could say a lot about that and what show she's choosing to go on and the implications and what it really means. But I'm going to try to stay. I've still got to post it above the fray. Above the fray. But it's really hard. It's really hard. There's a lot of, man, I want to say some shit. Boy, do I have some shit I want to say. But you know what? We're going to let this Saturday's interview and show speak for itself. And she can go, dance around on another show while this guy's on my channel making excuses or, doing damage control. That's what I think is going to happen. Or you can tune in here and finally hear the other side of the story. Largely, I think people are going to tune into both, so it doesn't really matter. But the fact that she decided to do a show at the same time, virtually an hour before, actually, maybe she's trying to preempt what this guy Wayne is going to say. Pretty amazing. But, this is the things that I've come to just accept happen. That's enough. So tune in this Saturday night at midnight to hear Wayne's side of the story. For those that don't know, Anjali was an Air Force person who worked for the Defense Intelligence Agency who last year suddenly came out and said that she met aliens in a mountain base and she was going to go back there and get the scientific proof. And the story has been slow motion falling apart since she came out with it. But I think this weekend we'll see a major change in the narrative. She's going to have to come up with something to explain what this man Wayne is going to say about his side of what he says happened that night. But it is what it is. B. Baker says, I want to hear Truthseekers vent. I vented on Ollie's show earlier, so you can tune into Alien Addict to hear me. When I first heard, I was pissed off, but I'm like, whatever. If people want to tune in to hear her dance around and make excuses for why her story's been slow motion falling apart for months, okay. Or they could tune in here and listen to new information that will either confirm or deny her story is true and accurate as she first told it. What do you think is going to happen? Let me know in the comments. Please let me know in the comments. And that would be another a good time for me to remind you of two things. The first is, besides throwing money at me, the other way to support me is to, I always do that, reversed. Like, comment, and share these videos. Really does help. Drop a like on your way out. If you're not already, smash the subscribe button and hit that notification bell, and you too will know when we're doing a live show. You can come here and be a part of our fun, interactive live chats. You can always also join our Discord server. And I want to remind everybody listening in audio podcast land that we do all the live tapings for the audio podcast, which is available everywhere pods are cast, Apple, Spreaker, everywhere. Anywhere you get Spotify, anywhere you get audio podcasts, just search for Truthseekers, you'll find us. But we tape the audio podcast right here live. So if you're listening to the audio podcast land, we love and appreciate you listening there. But you're missing half the fun. Go on over to YouTube, put Truthseekers in the search bar, and you'll see the strange weirdo with the sunglasses. I'm that weirdo. I'm the host of the show, Stephen Cambion. So go put Truthseekers in the search bar in YouTube, look for the weirdo, and then smash the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and YouTube will know when we're doing a live chat, and you can come. Don't just listen to the story. Come and be a part of the story with me. I was just talking earlier about this. one of the reasons I started a show is because I wanted to get access to these people, these experts, these people that are seeing aliens and all this, these different characters in conspiracy land. I wanted to get access. I want to be able to talk to them. I want to be able to pick their brains, ask them questions. And this show affords me a passport and an opportunity to do that. And I get to take all of you with me. So please don't sit on the sidelines. Come in our live chat and be a part of the story. Don't just listen. Don't just watch. Come and be a part of the show. You are all most welcome here. We welcome skeptics. We welcome true believers. We welcome people in between. We welcome truth seekers looking for the truth behind these things. All are welcome here. And I hope you will join us. So we'll check the live chat for comments or questions for me. Otherwise, we're going to be bouncing out of here very, very shortly here. Okay. Okay, Mark D. Truthseeker says, great video. Did you see the General Milley video talking to graduates, telling them they would face hybrid armies and little green men? Yeah, I don't think he went quite that far, but he said that the next war, major war, may be against an alien threat. That's what he said. But it is interesting that a high-ranking general would say something like that. And yes, I have heard that. If you know the link to that video, the source of that video, please do email it to me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. I'd like to clip it and use it for some things. Thank you for a comment. Very much appreciated. All right, so, we're coming up on the close of the hour here, and I'd rather not step on some other shows that begin at 9 p.m. So we're going to bounce on out of here. In closing, I would just like to say, when you see any video that says UFOs over Ukraine, be very cautious. These are clickbait titles designed to get you to click on it because everybody's talking about Ukraine right now. And people know there's a huge interest in UFOs. So to click on these things is really feeding the fire. And as for myself, I will try not to. Frap Sap is asking me, are you still having L.A. Marzulli on? Yes, I have to reschedule with him, and I'm going to work on that. And we'll have an announced new date soon. But Mr. Marzulli is doing some traveling, and given that he got stuck on a plane somewhere and was unable to make the last interview, we want to wait a little bit until he's home and won't have a problem doing the interview as scheduled. But thanks for your interest. We'll report on that as soon as I know more. B. Baker reminding everybody to hit like on the way out. Yes, absolutely. Hit that like button. It really does help. Then the YouTube algorithm loves us a little bit more, recommends us a little bit more. We get a few more views, maybe a few more subscribers. And let me remind you, please do. We're getting very close to a big goal here and are just a few hundred subscribers away from that big goal. If you enjoy strange and mysterious content, and all of these strange things and conspiracy land topics, please hit that subscribe button and come and be a part of the journey here with us. All right, so what else can I say, friends? I didn't. Sorry, I threw myself out of my own stream somehow. I apologize. So, I have not heard that, but We're Nona Farm is saying L.A. Marzulli was on Strange Recon last week. You should have a chat with Jeff. He's a cool cat. Yeah, I will check that out. I've been listening to most of L.A. Marzulli's recent interviews, mostly because I don't want to ask him too many questions that people always ask him. I always make it a point when I'm going to interview somebody to try to hear some of their other interviews, because sometimes a lot of people ask the same questions, and I don't want to do that. Wild Ascension says, great show, Stephen. We appreciate your candor and your support in the community. Well, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your continued support of the show. And we have Lord Ludicrous Plaid says, got to do some more digging on that Lou sharing private videos that may or may not have been on YouTube. Great show and great music video. No, apparently he's privately sharing videos that have already been on YouTube for years and telling people that this is some new big proof that he has and will be in his book. But maybe he got permission of the person whose video it is to share stills of the video. You know, I don't really know. But I do thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your continued support of the show. Lord Ludicrous Platt's been here probably since the beginning of the show for many years, always willing to throw a couple of bucks in the hat and help us to praise the cash. Praise the cash, friends.
You're watching Truthseekers. Praise the cash, praise the cash.
Oh, thank you, Lord Ludicrous. And now we have, I thought I saw another one. Oh, yeah, we have Unidentified S4. Please go over and subscribe to him. He's got a new show. God, just what I needed. Unidentified S4. You and Andy Gambino. God damn it. Just what I need. More competition, right? Look, man, everybody and their grandmom's got a UFO show. Can't you leave that shit alone? No, I'm happy for them, actually. They're doing a good show and having good guests and good conversations. So go over there, support him. Thank you very much for your kindness, your generosity. He's also a longtime supporter of the show. Go over and subscribe. And I think he's doing shows every Sunday night, which is good. Actually, he's not competing then, because I don't do shows on Sunday unless there's really some big deal going on, and I kind of have to. But thank you, Unidentified S4, for helping us to praise the cash. That was for you. Thank you, Anthony. I much appreciate it. All right. So what can I say, friends? I'm always happy when there's an audience. Tonight we had a great one, especially, listen, I was going to do the David Wilcock part 2, but I knew I was short on time tonight because I spent a lot of time, a good deal of time being a guest on another show earlier and sort of missed my window to do that. So tomorrow night, Friday, March 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be doing part 2 of David Wilcock with the video. The last hour, we're going to go through the whole thing. We're going to deconstruct it, break it down, fact check him, and hilarity. I promise you, it's going to be a pretty good show. Yeah. So that's where I'm at, and that's where I find myself. Glad to find myself here with you. No place that I would rather be than right here with you, my friends. But our time has run short once again. So I must bid you farewell. I want to thank each and every one of you kind and generous benefactors, you PayPal donators, you Cash Appers, you Patreon supporters, you people throwing some bucks in on the Super Chat. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support, and continued support of the show. This is a viewer-supported show. Can't do it alone, and you make this possible. You have given me an attitude of gratitude. Thank you so much. And I want to thank all of our audience members tonight for coming here and spending a little bit of time here with me. Until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night, and God bless all of you.
20 years ago, they had cows that produced human milk. 20 years ago, they had spiders that produced body armor, spider guts. Okay. They have human animal hybrids 30 years ago. They've got giant human tissue farms.
And that's where you lose me.
Bullshit.
Seriously?
That's it right there. Every time I bring up a fucking subject, you know all about it.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
25 years ago that they had human animal embryos, but they killed them at the embryonic level.
man, you need to go back to the
No.
drawing board.
No. I believe it happened. Stop saying I said
It's
it didn't
okay
happen.
to talk about it and not be ashamed of it. It's okay. If you've got anxiety, you got PTSD, whatever, it's okay. Let's talk about it. Let's get help for it, get it behind you, and move on.
To talk about 12 dimensions, 11 known, 12 being omnipresent, so we don't say it actually exists. To say that is arrogant, so I won't say that.
I don't understand that. I listen to your interviews, and you're naturally very curious. You don't struggle for the next question because
Exactly.
you really want to know something. That makes it much easier.
Yep.
People go and find these things on the internet.
About human animal hybrids with pigs and cows?
Oh my God.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
That's a bitch.
I get it. Not everybody's like me. And I'm not trying to be the toughest guy around. I think I've proven I'll go up against people.
I mean, I don't feel bad about myself because of that.
My first memories were every night was a DMT trip.
Okay. Short term, it can be an alternative. But I've seen people on everything from opioids to mood elevators for years before you decide you're going to be a human lie detector. Is do your homework.
Do not say that. I'm going to get killed.
The minute you can get away from that, you need to get away from it.
No, they want the organs.
I can't answer that in terms. I mean, I'm sure there's research of
Aliens are real. They're creating human animal hybrids that are a new creature never here on Earth. It's alien. So the aliens are already here. AI is alien. The chimeras
There's
are
also
alien.
some very smart business and branding that's gone into that as well. I know that you're all on this point of view. Now I want you to prepare an argument for the other side.
Black people are God and white people are the devil. And we're going to kill the white people.
You're really going to throw them off the charts now because you've got a normally active brain that you're now making hyperactive.
It's electrochemical. But I'm reading in the Baltimore Sun after I just had him on and thought he was crazy. He's giving me all these patents for mind control using wavelengths and microwaves.
So that lifts your mood and that takes care of it. So you took the medication short term, you're lifted back up and you're okay. I'm an old guy, but younger people are getting their information in different ways.
So this is a device given to us by the gods.
Oh, God.
Given to us by the technology that the breakaway government, NASA, has developed that you don't just think they made up themselves, right?
I'm way better off than I was at the end of February. So shit, you made little changes and they all added up. And if you don't, by the end of the year, you're just in deeper. So
here's what I'm telling you about.
every
When I was a
little bit
kid, the first time I got choked out was like this 17-year-old super hot chick. And I was like 13. And she goes, I'll have sex with you. This is a true story. I'll have sex with you if you let me put makeup on you. But then I go, wait a minute. You're detonating over 100 hydrogen bombs in the upper atmosphere to see if you could ignite the atmosphere and destroy the Earth. And she had a foot-long dick.
I mean, it's not something that you should be ashamed of.
The sex with her is incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but the difference between winners and losers is winners do things losers do not want to do.
Yeah, but it was in the police report. She had like a foot-long cock.